Hello, world. Welcome to Donna's Global Time to Talk. At this time, it's my time to talk. We have a very special guest here to share his experiences for one divine purpose.
All right, yeah, I just want to say how everybody doing today. We're gonna be just basically speaking out in general about things that are going on with the city hall and stuff like that. I had a friend told me about getting on, talking about important things, and
Here in Austin, Texas.
well, also just in general, as an just an American, just in general. And so, yeah, this day is winding down. It's been a good one. It's almost like a Sunday, but I just want to say, speak out about discrepancy issues, mainly pointing about that. The so that would be like bias in the sense or whatever. Trying to see which point to really focus on, but just in general, you know, they using the past. Whatever whoever came up with the law, like you said, I was going to try to get 100,000 votes to petition, but obviously, her mom even told me everything doesn't have to go to the Supreme. So, but in saying that, I mean, we know that there's a what you want to call just a lot of things that are orchestrated, ran by the government that basically they voted these laws in for some odd reason, and so that's what we're saying about, you're trying to survive basically, right? You was with somebody and you was innocent. This was like 5 years ago. So let me ask you a question: does it take 7 years to change your life, or 10 years? And then all jobs don't ask about that. Let me not say that as well. There's good opportunities like the city of Austin. They'll help us out. They help people out, but we just speaking about people that minority in general and how everything is basically up on technology to where you got to be able to get to a computer or do this or do that. So it's real difficult in a sense for some odd reason. I mean, like you say, that's what I say. COVID, it was man-made, and we just want to speak about that because this has affected a lot of people for a very long time to come and stuff like that. So so basically, just in general, I'm speaking about the public and how society, like you say, have a thing, a stigma, and they try to put this thing on your back, like try to be like, oh, okay, well, you got in trouble, so that makes you, like you just a bad person or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And then you get away with things that y'all do on the other side in a spiritual sense. I mean, as far as like not physical killing, but they doing it in a law sense. So that's why we saying, yeah, I disagree with something, and I'm not saying, hey, trying to make a big issue about it. You just in general, as a whole. But we know that if, like you say, the Caucasian man, the Spanish man, the African American man, the minority group of people, if we was to come together to build something, to say, hey, well, who implemented this, or who could say this and that, you know what I mean? But that's how 85% of these companies are doing. And we're saying, who are you to say, oh, well, such and such and such and such. It's just certain stagnations on things and certain boundaries and what you want to say, barriers. So we're trying to break that, and that's the thing. And I'm here to support her on her channel, for a while. And like you say, I can give you some spiritual insight, and I'm open and welcome to feedback as well. Like you say, you have to speak out, and that's what we're saying. Like, is there a leader that can help lead people to a better vision of of how things are going, and even the transportation system? We can talk about that later, but for the most part, I'm gonna stick mainly on the judicial system. That's what we want to point out. Like, has it changed 400 years ago? Has it changed in this country? It's like, you could have something if you're African American person. Let me not say that. I mean, you can have a organization, a corporation, but you have to do it based, like you say, with your own ideals, to educate each other. That's the whole point. We need to understand that there's a lack of education, and it tells us that in the word. It say, hey, my people perish, and that's the whole point. So we need to get focused on trying to, understand something so that you can make the future better for your kids and stuff like that, for your family. That's what we're saying. It's a general whole, because that's just like you say, how society basically did it, basically saying, oh yeah, this group of people is like this, or watch this for that, and we saying, like, it comes a point when we got to get past that. And that's what I say. Just like I went to speaking of the city of Austin, I went for a job interview, and I had a chance. I said, hey man, they gonna give me this job, but your experience and your skill set. But that's what we're saying. If you don't give a person an opportunity to start somewhere, then who are you always to say, hey man, what kind of experience you got doing this for so long? You have to teach somebody, show them. That's what we're saying. Like the technology that made the world so much smaller, but in saying that as well, we have to understand that there's a better way around the laws that they put in the system and things of that nature. So I'm here to support her and just look forward for feedback and stuff like that. You have a blessed day. Thank you.
So I wanted to ask you about the police brutality and the recent killings that just happened here in Austin.
Yeah. Well, I don't have the whole general story about it, but we know that that's what's going on right now as well with the new way that they implementing things and stuff of that nature. I'm not too sure on which particular incident you're referring to, but yeah, we can say that in 2000 and what was it? The first case I think was Daniel Rocha, Spanish guy out south. That was the first case where it started back in what was it, like 2002? I'm not so for sure, but in saying that, that's go to the Michael Brown thing in Ferguson over there in Missouri, whatever, with that happening. And it's just been a series of stuff, and that's what we're saying. Like, if you don't give a person a chance and you say, oh, well, I'm going to build prisons, but I'm not going to build jobs, then how could you expect to have a successful society? So that's all I'm trying to, shoot at about right there, to open up people's minds and get them to explore who put certain laws there for certain reasons. And why does anybody can come to this country, right? But they can come to this country and not be, like you say, apprehended for no reason. They can come to this country. This is the freest country in the world. But yet and still, they say, hey, watch those people, watch those people. Well, who had taught them that? Who told them that stuff to watch for a minority group of people? Or who stereotyped? That's what we're saying. Who made that up? So people is people, like you say. Right, particularly, right. But that's what we're saying. Who is to say, oh, well, we don't supposed to have them as a general whole. They give banks and loans to anybody just to come over here. It's funded through the federal government, just whatever it was. But we're speaking about facts in general and trying to get to a point so that we can have something for everybody. It's not just a race thing, one race, but we just saying who is the one that came up with the discrimination thing. It's still going on. And that's what we're saying. When is it gonna change? And that's my whole point about that. And like I was telling you, the transportation system, that's another thing, with the jobs and stuff. They don't want you out in Williamson County out there. Pretty much, they really don't want you out there. So that's why they don't put the bus system out there like that, because everybody out there got cars. But let me tell you, so you mean to tell me that you got to have a backup car because your kid got to go to school or whatever, stuff happens, your car might break. That's what we're saying. So why they put the job so far out? Everything is so far out. And we sitting here in the inner city in Austin. This job too. Let me not say that point. There's a lot of work here. It's a lot of jobs, but we saying you have to give people chances. You can't judge them off their past. Because how could you ever expect a person to be successful? You have a blessed day.
Thank you very much. Thank you for that. So, well, that's it for today. Thank you. This is Donna's Global Time to Talk. Remember to subscribe, comment, like, share, and hit that notification bell. Thank you for your support.